Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill, and today I have a special video for all of you. Today we are going to witness a damage record from Jagdpz, aka in the 10 or more years of existence of this vehicle, fellas. This gentleman yesterday managed to break it. So a real RNG, I see RNG engine in the name, that makes sense. Okay, I've seen the score. I do not know how the things will look like in this game. I do not know how this game will be played. I haven't seen anything. So it is pretty much a blind reaction test. And we are going to check it out how this gentleman will play. I can promise you that the score is going to be huge and the score is going to be amazing. By the way, you can clearly see this guy is kind of sleeping a bit, right? Where he is aiming to. He's aiming into the one side and he is not even paying too much attention at the things surrounding. But you know what? This is what you are doing whenever you are playing with Jagdpz. You are just adoring the views to the mountains and you are having a great time overall. Okay. From the very first step, it is relatively clear what is going to happen. He is going to take the position near the bush over there, and he should start sniping at the enemies, whoever is making one or another mistake. Okay, beautiful. Fosh minus 1050 damage. Obviously, since he is shooting via the double bush, I believe that's quite clear. He is not going to get spotted. Now, super important thing to say, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Games like this are very, very, very rare. In order to have a situation like this, it is one of a kind, and the score is one of a kind as well, okay? So please keep this in mind, and it is happening very, very rarely when you are crafting everything. So first things first, things needs to go aligned together pretty much perfectly. Not only you need to have the situation when enemies are making silly goose mistakes, but in the same time you need to have a relatively bad team and you need to try to carry your team as much as you physically and possibly can. Other than that, obviously I believe I do not even need to say that it is quite straightforward speaking about this game. Our hero of the day, I will call him RNG, he's having a farm of his life. He is away from the bush. Aka double bushing is working completely fine if you know what you are doing. And in this kind of situation, he is just having a fun time. For me, it is quite hard to look at, and I can tell you exactly why. Because of the 25 times zoom. I'm not used for this, and for me to zoom in that much, it is kind of a weird thing. But once again, it is only me. I'm not used for this. You know, you are playing your game however you want to, and if you can make the things work, that's the most important thing. Other than that, so far the action is, you know, not very, very action-packed game, but nevertheless the score is starting to add up. Currently, our lovely RNG has 4.2 thousand damage, and fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, believe me, this is only the start. We are not even close for the ending. If you can hear some noise in the background, I sincerely apologize. There is some work going in my backyard. Anyways, so let's see what we have. Another shot missed, a hashtag never lucky. And once again, at this point, there is no need to research the bicycle. If you are seeing the heavy tanks is over peaking, if they are making some silly goose mistakes, all you need to do, you need to be patient and you need to wait until someone will mess up. Okay, let's see. No. What is the next victim? What is the next target? E100. This should go like hot knife through the butter. And if I would be our hero of the day, probably I would try to be relatively... I would wait for E100 to peak. I think E100 is the easiest tank to penetrate in this situation. Here we go, E100 is going in front, minus 1.1 thousand. Good. The score is 5.3 thousand, and let's get real. It is already pretty good score considering we are playing with a Jagdpz, or we are witnessing the score by Jagdpz. And fellas, please take notes. You do not need to go inside this bush. You can do everything from the distance. That's called a double bushing, and you are not going to get spotted while doing so. Unless, fellas, you will go out of the bush, which happens sometimes. Anyways, all good. One shot in the face, nothing changed too much. I know the score, and I am looking into this game and I am considering how the flying, if he is going to do that, what he is going to do, you know? This is the question. Only one idea which is going to my head is he is pretty much going to see every single guy making a hardcore pressure towards him. At least this is how it looks like to me, honestly. Meanwhile, he knows he is going to shoot the Charfooter next, more likely. So he loaded the standard ammunition. Interesting. And by the way, I believe spamming the full gold with a Jagdpz is pretty much a must nowadays. This tank has only one thing, and that thing is the gun. That's it. You do not really have any other options whatsoever. So, no. Loading the hit instantly. The question is, will it go through? Because it can. 1050. Super Conqueror is questioning his life choices, and I do not really think he wants to pick again after taking 1 grand for the team. Pay attention, M103 is up, so all our hero of the day needs is a bit of the good RNG, and he is pretty much set up for life, if we can say so. A lot of people are down to one-shottable for Jagdpz in this situation, so at this point he can feel kind of secured, well, until he is going to get flanked, and then he is obviously not going to enjoy himself. Meanwhile, last hit ammunition goes in, but unfortunately he is not penetrating the gentleman. So you know what? Only a piece left. I repeat, only a piece left. Skill, it's not impressive score yet. Wait, fellas, wait. I have a feeling we will see 10 grand, and I have a feeling we are going to see many beautiful things coming very, very soon. So, looking into the team setup, I mean, it looks like it is a shithole, fellas. And I truly mean it. It doesn't look like it is going to be a great game from what I can say. And if I would be in this situation, which our hero is, blind shot. Oh, ho, 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 ho. RNG. You are keeping surprising me. Oh, ho, ho. Okay. He decided to go for a blind shot. Beautiful blind. Beautiful blind shot. Okay, so far probably 7,000 damage dealt since he hit them. Since he hit that Charfooter, and you know what? Patton is taking one for the team. RNG of this gentleman in this kind of situation is pretty damn good, to be fair with you. He is punishing enemies left, right, and center, and it works great. Okay. And this is only the start. Oh, Super Conqueror decided to go. He should be dead. Nice, beautiful. 3 kills, roughly 9,000 damage or so. It looks great, fellas. It looks great. I wish to say I had at least one game like this with my Jagdpz though. One game would be more than enough, to be fair with you, but I never ever had a battle like this. Meanwhile, Foch is showing his side. He's officially having close to 10,000 damage, fellas. He officially has close to 10,000 damage if we are thinking about the blind shot. Meanwhile, enemy 100 is peeking through the ridge line. Not a big surprise, to be fair with you, and probably 100 is going to try to do his best in order to play in this way. Meanwhile, hello there, Ru. Maybe Ru will be optimistic. Yeah, E100 is a big trouble, and this is a bad angle. So if E100 is shooting gold, he can penetrate him easily. Another semi-snapshot to the turret without shooting hits. Kudos to you, my man. Kudos to you. What is the penetration? 300 penetration is a solid one, but still, you can say whatever you want. This is a very good one. Anyways, in this kind of situation, I can guess his heartbeat is getting faster. At this point, aim is not so great. I can promise you that. Whenever you are reaching the certain scores and you can see you have done over 10,000 damage, your hand can shake a bit. At least that can happen for a lot of World of Tanks players, right? And let's get real, every single of us had the situation like this. Meanwhile, E100 did a great thing. He used his gun depression or angle overall, so it wasn't very simple for Jagdpz to penetrate him without gold. If he would have hits in this situation, that would be easy penetration. Easy penetration. Okay, moving on. No, let's see. 50 TP. Unlucky, I guess. 5 kills, 10,000 damage, but in reality, there is 11,000 damage. So I definitely cannot... I can tell you one thing. I never ever had a game like this with any tank destroyer where I would have 11,000. All stars are just simply aligned for this gentleman, and kudos to him. What can I say? Kudos to him. Meanwhile, E100 is trying to make pressure through the open field. Not the smartest thing if you would ask me. Obviously, he's going for a snapshot. At least he is trying to go for a snapshot, and unfortunately, RNG is not treating him that well as he would love to be treated. But once again, it happens. Okay. Speaking about the action-packed game, I can tell you one thing. The score is great, but the game is not like extremely action-packed, if I can say so, right? And I am being honest with you. That is a mistake to load the high explosives, because he could get 1,000 by shooting the standard ammunition. But I know the thing. It was in a way a bit of the greediness, if I can say so, and I do not really think that was that horrible. It was just simply greediness overall, right? So what do we have? We have 10,600 visible for a damage, right? It is not looking bad whatsoever. Let's see. Is he going to get another shot for Mr. E100? Because I think E100 completely understands he needs to kind of F off. Meanwhile, he's getting one more shot to E100, so it's like 12,000 damage or so, which is absolutely impressive, and the luck which you need to have, and obviously knowledge of the game in certain situations, it is nuts. Another shot to E100. Look at this beauty, fellas. Look at this beauty. Insane. Over 13,000 damage with Jagdpz. Meanwhile, he missed Ru and he got slaughtered by Ru. Very, very unfortunate, but happens for the best of us. And yeah, if you are wondering what will happen there, well, the answer is simple. It is going to be a draw because Ru escaped. So yeah, very, very unfortunate situation. In the end, but the score is phenomenal. I cannot say the game was super interesting, speaking about the positioning wise or something. It was sitting in the one position and farming a lot of tanks, right? Obviously, score is absolutely amazing and it is one of a kind, but gameplay wise, it wasn't like something wow or extra special, you know? It was that game when the player played well, when he was lucky, and when he finished with a score like this. Anyways, let's see the endgame score, shall we? And we are back, fellas, with a draw. Unfortunately, a solid ace, top gun, high caliber, and casual 13,500 damage. Imagine, there is not a single other gentleman who packed, let's say, 4,000 damage, right? So, okay, looking into the 3-4 guys, over 2,000 damage. Everything else was below 1,000. Crazy performance overall. He lost 31,000 credits after this performance, which is quite sad thing, but oh boy, you need to pay a price for those juicy hits. And all, I really want to highlight this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best ever damage wise gameplay with magical Jagdpz. Meanwhile, the best game after that was in 2019, 13,000 damage, and he did 13.6 thousand damage. Absolutely crazy. Kudos to RNG for this performance, and congratulations with an awesome game. Once again, my opinion, I think he did everything properly. I think he played the game well, but speaking about the positioning, it was all 15 minutes was kind of in the one position, which is to be expected, right? Anyways, that's what we have. So thank you very much for watching, fellas. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I wish for every single of you 13,000 plus damage or so. Take care, have a good one. Skill is out for today. Peace.